Hi, welcome to Book Breaks. My name is Roger, and for our week of sharks, I'll be reading two shark themed picture books. They're geared toward ages 4 to 8, but I do think older audience members may enjoy them as well. The first one is Shark Lady, the true story of how Eugenie Clark became the ocean's most fearless scientist. It's written by Jess Keating. It was Saturday, and Eugenie wanted to stay at the aquarium forever. She wanted to smell the damp, salty air and stare at the glittery rainbow of fish. She wanted to keep watching her favorite animals, the sharks. Eugenie pretended that she was walking on the bottom of the sea. What would it be like to swim with the sharks, to breathe water and have gills? When the summer came, Eugenie's mother took her to swim at the beach in Atlantic City. As she dove down, the salt stung her eyes, but she didn't want to miss a single fish. Constellations of sea stars speckled the pebbled sand, and she imagined a silvery fin standing strong on her back, slicing through the ocean current. To others, sharks were ugly and scary, but Eugenie knew they were beautiful. As she glided through the cool water, she wished everyone could see sharks through her eyes. But the sharks were only in her mind for now. Eugenie decided to learn everything she could about them, so she dove, this time into books. Whale sharks, nurse sharks, lemon sharks. Eugenie wanted to know all about them. She also joined the Queens County Aquarium Society as its youngest member. Eugenie's notebooks were filled with sharks. They swam in her daydreams and on the margins of her pages. At home, Eugenie's mother surprised her with an aquarium of her own. A 15-gallon tank was much too small for sharks, but Eugenie saved her allowance and she bought guppies and clownfish and coral red snails. It felt as big as an ocean in her room. Their small apartment became a laboratory, an aquarium, and a sanctuary. As she grew older, many were still telling Eugenie what to do. Forget those sharks. Be a secretary, be a housewife. Eugenie wanted to study zoology, but some of her professors thought women weren't smart enough to be scientists or brave enough to explore the oceans, and they said sharks were mindless monsters. Eugenie knew better. Her dream was as big as a whale shark. So again, Eugenie dove. She plunged into every course she could. Her laboratory became her home. From sunrise to sunset, she studied how fish grow, how they behave, and how they were put together on the inside and out. Despite all the people who didn't believe in her, Eugenie was becoming one of the smartest students in her field. Even after she earned her degree, many still doubted her. But Eugenie was just beginning. Eager to make discoveries of her own, Eugenie finally dove into the open ocean. In the Red Sea, Eugenie collected hundreds of fish, including 3 new species that had not been discovered before. There was the Red Sea sand diver, the barred pipefish, and the volcano tripplefin. On another expedition, Eugenie was diving alone when she encountered her first ever wild shark. She wasn't afraid. Instead, she thought sharks were beautiful. She dispelled the myth that sharks must keep moving to stay alive when she swam through dark caves, still and silent, full of resting sharks. Eugenie's daring heart grew bolder with each dive. Soon they began to call her Shark Lady. Eugenie had proven she was smart enough to be a scientist and brave enough to explore the oceans. As her courage grew, she began to love and understand her beloved sharks, but she never forgot that many people still believed sharks were mindless killers. Because of their scary reputations, humans were hunting sharks all over the world. Eugenie knew that sharks weren't a stupid species. She was determined to prove everyone wrong. Eugenie fished through her mind and devised a brilliant experiment. Could she train a shark the way a person trains a dog? Were sharks much smarter than anyone knew? Well, they were. Eugenie was the first scientist in the world to train sharks and even learned they could remember their training for at least 2 months. Sharks were not mindless killers. Sharks are beautiful. Sharks were smart. They deserved to be studied, protected, and loved. And Eugenie's dream was now a dream come true. The end. This next book is called Shark vs. Train by Chris Barton. Here we see some little boys playing with toys. Grrr, says one holding a shark. Chugga, 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 says the other holding a train. I'm going to chew you up and spit you out, says shark. Ha, says train. I'm going to finish you off, mackerel breath. Shark versus train. Who will win? Well, that depends on if they're in the ocean. How's that furnace working for you, train? Says shark. Or on railroad tracks. Can we make this 2 out of 3? Says shark. If they're on a seesaw. Hey! Or in a hot air balloon. Eee! Roasting marshmallows. Darn, says shark. Eating pies. I could go for some coal, says train. Or having a burping contest. Burp. Belch. It depends on whether they're bowling. That counts as a strike, right? Says shark. This is why you guys have a bad reputation, says train. Shooting baskets. Foul, says shark. Or going off the high dive. Running a lemonade stand. Don't worry, guys, says train. I've got plenty of lemonade. What do you mean my lemonade's watery, says shark. Trick-or-treating. This clown is very hungry, says shark. Or giving carnival rides. Shark rides $1, 75 cents, 25 cents, free. Train rides $1. It can depend on who gets to pick first. Says shark. Let's see who wins this one. Who names the game? Your choice, shark. We have riding the rails, battle train, train pursuit. And who deals the cards? I believe these cards are marked, says train. Go fish, says shark. But who wins if they're playing hide and seek? Or trying not to get shushed? Screech! Chugga, 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 woo! Quiet, says the librarian. Ah, shark, screams a patron. But I wasn't doing anything, says shark. Performing in a piano recital. Sorry, the sound of the letter C gives me the munchies, says shark. I guess I pressed on the keys too hard, says train. Or playing extreme zombie squirrel motocross. Sure would be nice if we had thumbs, says train. Yep, says shark. Exploring distant galaxies. We need to find some train tracks, says train. I have a bad feeling about this, says shark. Or sword fighting on a tightrope. Sword fight, says shark. I thought we were having swordfish. Couldn't we do this on a bridge or train track, says train. Or jumping over cars. Okay, says shark. This is getting ridiculous. Now, says train, this would be a good time for a break. Lunchtime, boys, calls the parent from the kitchen. The boys put their toys away and run to lunch. Next time, says shark, your history suit spewer. Next time, You're sunk, says Train, you squid slurper. And that is the end of Shark versus Train. Thanks for joining us. And if you have any questions, always feel free to reach out to us at youthservices@olpl.org. Thanks so much and have a nice day.